And then the jingle singer said,
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you by
OTR.
Brought to you by
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
and in many cases brought to you by you. You, the tube radio operators, you, the shortwave listeners, and all the veritable ships at sea. Did things get shrunk down here? All right, or the air share. Maybe the air share got elevated. Anyway, hello, radio from the old Tube Radio Network. On 4th of July, we've got the window open to hear the sights and sounds going on. I turned off the downward expanders and noise gates. You are probably wherever you are, either in the midst of or concluding or just about to begin whatever type of safe and sane celebration that you might do for your 4th of July. Ours here will be trying to make sure that we keep the radios from flaring up and exploding and leave that to the sparklers and everything else. So with that said, and the fact that we do distribute information about tube radios on the 11-meter citizen band radio service, and we'll be checking in radios after the roll call, are there any stations that need to get checked in now? Over. 61 from amidst the sparklers and the smoke. If you can hear me, I can hear you. Over.
Yeah, I can. Happy 4th of July 250, my friend.
It is so far so good. It's been an interesting day all the way around, and we hope to keep it that way. So we've got you checked in. Thanks for joining us.
And Dennis, just in case.
All right, thanks. And we got 37 just in case you are out with the sparklers. I got that.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm gonna be. Yeah. I'm gonna try to be here, though. You know that.
Indeed, and likewise, me too. I'm going to try to be here as well. Let me see if 00 is around and at the radio. Over. I talked to him on the telephonium early, so I'll make sure that he is checked, and he has we'll call it a game injury or a radio-related injury, so he may be a little bit slow to get to the microphonium, and that's not a problem. SWL number 1 checked in from everywhere. Also looking for shortwave listener number 2, who may or may not be by the radio. SWL number 3, I've got a check-in for Rob.
Right, go GR.
If you're playing the home game, you should be putting the X's or no X's in the square that says 7-4-20-26. The break OTR, go ahead.
24 checking in.
Hey, Joe, SWL 24, we got you checked in. Also, 91, Felix is out there celebrating 250 in the Bronx. Thanks for joining us. As always, 91, we've got the X in the square. Is that 00? Over?
It's been so long, I forgot. Please check me in. 2954, and by special request, number 56, just for kicks.
We can do that, just for kicks and grins and everything else. So got you checked in. You're sounding good. We'll get you checked in at your normal time as well. And like I said, when you are at the radio desk, we'll talk some more. The Old Tube Radio Network, Real Radio's Go in the Dark. I didn't mention that we are live at 27085. That's the frequency of choice, channel 11, picked specifically for a reason. We'll talk about that. Also, can you hear that? I turned off the noise gate, so all sorts of things are going on. Anyway, 27085, if you go to oldtuberadio.net, There's links to get on the video, or you don't even have to do that. You can leave comments and watch it right there from the page, or join us live, won't you? The skip today was really good until about noon, and the band just closed up. So we're going to see if we can't get some strange things happening on the short hop. I think the A and K indices are going totally wacky, and sunspot numbers, I don't know. We'll hang out here. I know I can hear the local people, so that's not a problem. SWL 5 is Mr. Levon, or Rainmaker out there in the Hudson Valley. I wonder if he is out there tonight. I've got to see who's jumping in on the band. Wing Dinger, hello to you. SWL 83. We'll get you in now, just in case you have to go by. Yeah, if you have to stop by now, just leave me a note and I'll make sure that I say hello. Radio SWL 31. Robert and Teresa out in Hendersonville, Tennessee are also out there. I see 79. Mr. DC is in there as well. Trouble connecting to the Echolink link. Hold on a second. All right, when I do the Echolink test, it will not allow any multiple connections on that. So I just dropped that, so the Echolink link should be up and running. Mark Sandquist, leading the cheer. I see the placards, TUBES, very good. 401 K Solar, very active quarter millennium Independence Day celebrations around me. Yeah, I've got the window open, so if anything's happening outside, we will know about it. Let me get back to my roll call numbers. We're looking for Levon. How about SWL 7, Mr. Ed? Speaking of 7, 007 Extreme CB checking in from the boat in the New York Macy's fireworks show. Well, yeah, put out that cigar, won't you? Or else the show is going to be a little bit short in duration this year. So be nice. Let's head out to, where are we going? We're heading out to Sangertown, SWL 9 for 9A2 Dirt Dog. Proxy the Dirt Dog. We can do that as well. We're also listening for 10 and 30. That's Dwayne and Chrissy. They popped in last week early when the band was open, but I don't know if that's going to happen tonight or not. Speaking of happening, 11 and 12, that's Mr. Cornbread Dan and Dapper Dan. I don't know. I'm not too bad tonight. We steam cleaned the suit. We held it over the steamer, and I don't know. It's a little bit shorter, or I might a little bit longer. I'm not sure, but I'm close to being on the same lap with Dapper Dan tonight, who is probably in front of the Heathkit, waiting for some skip to come along so he can check in live, but no need to do that. We've got you guys right here. We are also looking for the cross band. Yeah, the cross band is up, SWL 13. And out to Sangertown for SWL 14.
Hey, good evening, Dennis, and all the other SWLs. Happy 4th of July. 14 checking in from Sanger.
And sounding good. The band is absolutely quiet. I don't hear a thing, so I'm hearing you perfectly, and hopefully you're hearing me above the noise a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I could even hear Cliff earlier. Crystal clear out here on the old Buddy.
Gotta love the Buddy bass. Speaking of that, I'm checking my, all right, we're good. I'm checking on my numbers here. They look like they're okay. Directing that roll call, the old Tube Radio Network, we will be getting those Tube radios coming up. The guy who's tomorrow, he can tell us that tomorrow is going to be a great day. Hello, Hans. SWL 15 is out. Let's not go through this again. Is out in, of course, Copenhagen, Denmark. We here in the US of A on our Independence Day celebration. So if you hear noises in the background, that's some incendiary devices that hopefully will not be any of the radio rack gear or things behind me. We already did that. Fireworks show long ago. It's on one of the archives. I don't remember which one. SWL 16 checking in, saying happy 4th. You are dressed up. Do you want to come around and show? I'll turn the. Okay, says no. I was going to turn the camera around so you could see him in his Nice 250, little red, white, and blue, looking good. Are you going to be on the cover of our monthly magazine for OTR with that outfit? You are good. Let me get you checked in. Thanks for joining us. SWL 17. SWL 18. I've got Mikey checked in from Facebook, and he is doing good. And then SWL 19 Chet, who is... I see you decorated the sides of the... Can I take... And I can't take one. I'd mess you up. All right. You've got the sides of the cue cards decorated in sort of red, white, and blue stripes, and there's little stars going on. So I like that. So we're all... Except for me. I'm still in the pocket protector and seersucker suit mode. I should have had something. Where's our decorating department for deck control? SWL 20. That's the guy that checked in as 00. He's getting an X in the square. And SWL 21, Mr. JT. It's right there. It's live. Okay, I didn't see the live earlier. Let me see if we got some audio coming in. Yeah, he's listening. Let me go to the video if I can get it up here.
Hello, Jed. He's getting ready.
All right, here we go. I'm going to pop up the video, and he's going to go.
Looking at us.
Yeah. Oh, the Buddy bass. Look at that. He's got the Buddy bass. The badass Buddy, as a matter of fact. TX11B, TRC. That is one nice radio. He's about ready to say hello, radio. We're listening.
Hey, Dennis, SWL 21 and the Kakalaki. Hey, I'm going to stand by. Appreciate it. Check me in.
All right, 21. Another South Carolina checking in. Off the Buddy. That's great. We'll get your radio checked in, too. There's South Carolina. All right, there's the confirmation. Thanks for the Buddy. That's looking great. I wish we could hear you guys.
Dennis. Hey, thanks, Harvey, and everybody. And y'all have a good 4th of July. 21 in the Kakalaki. Back out.
All right, we got our power back, and that's the good old Buddy bass checking in from Kakalaki, looking good on the video, and we'll get that checked in on the official radio check-in as well. Thanks.
Roger.
All right, I'm going to need to have a control in front of me. What's the deal with that? No, I think I know what the deal is. All right, let me make an adjustment here. All right, I'm going to need to have a control in front of me. What's the deal? Oh, I see what happened. All right, make an adjustment here. That should be better. All right, okay, I'm back. You just wouldn't believe what it takes to get all this stuff on the air correctly. 21 is checked in. Let's try SWL 22. Are we hearing anything from Alaska? There's nothing. If I don't have Skip, I'm not going to be hearing Tyler. SWL 23. He's probably trying to keep the boat dock from exploding out there. So I'll get 23 checked in. SWL 24, we heard Joseph earlier in the net here. Over SWL 25 out in Madera Heights.
Hi, Dennis. 25 checking in.
All right, you should be able to hear me now. I've got my power back up to 5 watts.
Oh, man, you're sounding good. You're sounding really good.
All right, you say that now. Thank you for having a good receiver. We've got you checked in, and if it goes wacky there with the sparklers, just jump in the pool. You'll be safe.
There you go. Anyway, check in 74 too, if you don't mind.
Will do. Thanks.
All right, Dennis, thank you, and happy 4th of July.
Indeed. I'm looking at where I have my RF gain set. I've got it to about an S3. I might open that up a little bit. Do that to keep the noise out for the people listening, the shortwave listeners, so I don't have to hear all that noisy noise all the time. Let's go to Studio G, SWL27.
You can proxy Dwayne.
All right, I'll proxy Dwayne in. He checked in last couple of weeks. I figured he might be sheltering in place somewhere. We got Dwayne checked in. Thanks. Heading up up Highway 99, SWL 28. Gary's going to let us know what's happening in the green room. I saw some of their nice little decorated cookies, of which I didn't get any just yet. But I know there's something special going on in the green room tonight. What's going on? Happy 4th of July, 28 checking in up to my neck in hot dogs and hamburgers and everything else. So come by the green room and enjoy. You can't get more USA than hot dogs, hamburgers, and all the stuff that goes with it. So if you're into that, pick up one of the cookies as well. Thanks, Gary. Looking good here on the Old Tube Radio Network tonight. Got a check-in for SWL 29. And we're waiting to hear from 10 and 30. We got them checked in, but I know they will be in somewhere. William, hello. Happy 250 with the flag. And Albert saying hello to UDX 256, RC 428. The Squamish boys are waving from the west coast of BC. I was today until 12 o'clock, 5 watts. I kid you not. Up in BC, in Washington, in Oregon on 10 meters, 11 meters, 12 meters, 15 meters, and then the band just shut down and you could have 500 watts and wouldn't be able to be heard anywhere. So we'll see. Maybe it'll open up again. Stay tuned. SWL 31, Robert and Teresa Hendersonville. We're in just a little bit earlier. We'll put the X in the square now. And battling the propagation gods. Rob, if you're listening, I even tried some SDRs in Texas near you, and I didn't hear a thing. Even when the band was open, it seemed like it was just a north-south thing. So I was getting ready at 5 watts. I was getting ready to email you and say get on the air, but I couldn't hear a peep when I went into the east. So no go on that. Yeah, the vintage mic is still working. It's still on loan from the radio station. I think it's still kind of working, doing the ribbon thing. But this is the real deal. RCA 77. I guess it's a DX. They had a D and a DX, and they make sort of 21st century replicas of these things with true ribbons. But this is the deal. I think, like I said, Jack Benny may have used this at one point. SWL 33, myself, and Bozo Control with the honking proboscis and exploding proboscis, as the case may be. SWL 34, saying hello to Jimmy and Captain Chaos and Railroader, all out there in Batavia. If you're watching, Jimmy, I saw the water slide. So are you having some good weather? Not having, well, yeah, that's right. You guys are having like a heat wave over there. So the water slide is a necessary thing. Over to SWL 35. I was busy, so I didn't get a lot of the Facebook stuff checked, but my guess is Mr. Bill and Red Monkey Communications are checking in from, is it cool, Cheyenne? We have to, the clouds have moved in. Anybody locally, it's hot and muggy and overcast, and now they're possibly calling for thunder showers tomorrow. So the weather went from really nice to kind of semi-unpleasant. But it's July. It's the 4th of July in the middle of the Central Valley. So pleasant is not the watchword for us. We've got the windows open. Off to when the sun goes down. It's about down now. I'll open that up and see. We'll see if the city's burning up. SWL 36. Where is Kenny? Oh, he's right there, checking in. All I have to do is look on the, they're pointing, they say, look on the monitor. Yeah, okay. I still got to do something with this other mic boom. The RCA is, I think, way too heavy to mount on the Heil mic boom. The guy that checked in a little while ago, SWL 37, if you're still there, say hello. All right, I put the X in the square for 111, 36, and 37 who did check in. SWL 38. Sam in Byron, what's going on? What do they do? You have a big city fireworks display at the top of the bank building or something? All right, I just did the big computer update. Now it's asking me if I want to update. It's like, no, we already did that. And we don't want to do that during the middle of the net. That would not be a good thing. Get the mouse to work. SWL 39. SWL 40.
SWL 40 here. Looking outside my window, excuse me, I see many, many cars on the streets, in the parking lots, getting ready for the fireworks show. And then I see a gorgeous sunset that I need to take a picture of. There's gonna be a free fireworks show here in downtown Fresno, and looks like they're lining up to get a good shot or get a good seat.
Yeah, I did a little public service announcement. Downtown is having all sorts of things going on. I believe the fireworks are coming from. I believe the fireworks are coming from the ballpark, right?
That is correct, and individuals are going to be setting off their own fireworks as well.
Okay, yeah, Fresno has I guess they call it a AAA. We got a big ballpark, baseball stadium kind of thing downtown, and I don't think we even have a team anymore. But they're going to shoot off some fireworks. Larry's in a position downtown where you can kind of overlook the whole thing going on there, and where you are, I think that's where the fireworks originated, thousands of years ago. So you'll get the good stuff tonight.
And actually, I've just opened my windows. You could probably hear some of it. It's actually already starting. There are many booms going off, and a few kabooms, and I will have to guard the rooftop to put out in any incendiary flying objects. Over.
Yeah, go ahead and stay inside and stay safe. We got you checked in, and report back if there's a big fire, and we'll do a play-by-play. I hope not. Thanks.
Yeah. Now here's a little snippet. There you go.
I can hear that. Well, the sun is going down, and your fireworks display probably starting in about a half an hour or so. So maybe you can jump in if there's some kabooms, and we'll get it live here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Thanks, Larry. Checking in 41, I see in there. That's the Orange County React, of course. Hudson Valley, New York, saying good evening to everyone and a happy 4th of July. Road Dog 507, thank you for that. Let's go a little bit closer to home, down the street and around the corner to SWL 42.
Yeah, let's get 42 and the Radio Lifer crew all checked in.
Will do, sounding good. Things have been, considering the last couple of years, things have been pretty tame here so far tonight. I haven't, the walls haven't been rattling. I haven't seen, Chopper 1? I haven't heard Chopper 1 flying by, but they're out there somewhere. And Neil, yes, Fresno still has the Grizzlies baseball stadium. Larry is just opposite of that, looking over it from downtown. But I don't think we still have the Grizzlies. I'm not even sure if we have a team or not. They were a sort of a AAA kind of farm team for the Giants, I don't know what they call it, but they do something there. Somebody plays baseball, or I don't know. Maybe we could do a remote from Grizzly Stadium. Let's go to SWL 43. SWL 44. Boy, was he sounding good last night on the Ditchbanks sideband. Ed. I could copy him good. Are we making it around the corner? Hello, 44. Well, I'll get Ray checked in. It's that AM sideband thing. It's on sideband sounding good. SWL 45. Paul and Kelly up in North Fork. We are all keeping our fingers crossed around here that there isn't too much flames going on anywhere in California for fires. So I think that's what we are watching. Don't want any fireworks that are in the wrong spot. Got you guys checked in. SWL 46. And let's go, let's see, north and west to SWL 47. Hello, Michael. He'll probably be in soon. I'm sure he's out by the barbecue and the pool. Tony's on the Kenwood MC50. It's sort of like this. I think they took one of these and then they stuffed it in that, that case and made the MC50. It's almost like a 77. It's just a couple numbers less. Let's go to SWL 48. Hey, Sammy, out there in Madera, I'm going to get you checked in. Probably saw you on Facebook. Let's go to SWL 49. And Neil, Class A minor league. Yeah, it used to be AAA. That's what I thought. AAA. You could go watch baseball and have your tires rotated at the AAA baseball. Now it's just single A. It's like a high school report card. A lot of A's. Let's go. I will get Smitty and Sweet Country Mama checked in. Let's go to SWL 50. What is going on in Battle Creek, Michigan? Are the rockets red glare beaconing out that way? Hello, JG Mopar. I see you in there. Tara Lee, I see you in there. I didn't see who's on the list, but we've got a lot of people. It's 1240. Evil Knievel. All right. Where are you at? A cabin in Upper Pennsylvania in Michigan. Sequestered out there. East Coast blasting into the Northwoods. Wish we had some conditions doing that. And Neil, they hit 104. No wonder they're putting swimming pools up in 34's putting the pool up for the kids. 104, but relief on the way. It feels more like Fresno. Well, today we finally had it. It's 95, but it's muggy. We got the high humidity, which is not a good stuff. But other than that, we've been having high 80s, low 90s for the 4th of July. I'm liking that. I'm just checking to see who stopped by earlier that we might have missed here. The Old Tube Radio Direct Net Roll Call. Wingdinger. Is Popcorn in there? 007. Yeah, he's at the fireworks parade, so we got him. Davy's in. Beagleman is in. Stormy Sepulpa, Oklahoma. Who is that? Vitro Kroon. Are you new to the Old Tube Radio Network? Welcome. We try to do this every Saturday when it's possible. We'll be talking to some Tube radios coming up, so stay tuned for that. Just saying hello to the shortwave listeners. Let's go. I know Dave is waiting, and he sounded good earlier. I was listening to him check in. SWL 51.
Yes, sir. 5-1, checking in Sanger.
Yeah, you're sounding good out in Sangertown. It's very quiet conditions tonight, so thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, thanks. Alpha Zanzibar, America. It's the 4th of July. America Zanzibar out there in Ninelands. It's 6 meters is open again tonight. 10 and 12 have been acting like 6 meters. Let me see. Where did I put my Where did I put my DX map that wasn't showing anything here? Okay, here's the one. Here's the one I want. This is actually not bad. There it is. Let me get it. Oops. Let me get it spread out. This is always hard to show this thing. Here we go. Oh, wow. Look at that. You are not kidding, sir. All along the eastern seaboard. Look at that. I see 146. That means 2 meter propagation. Go to the west coast, California. See California there? Nothing. there's nothing on the west coast. It's all you guys. All right, have fun. No wonder. Yeah, to skip OTR tonight and get some contacts on. I have never seen that. Look at the triple digits up there in the maximum usable frequency tonight. Thanks for the heads up on that. That's what they needed a couple weeks ago for the VHF contest. All right, back to the control room before I break something here. 51 is in. How about SWL 52? Aaron is our 6 meter guy. That may be where he's at. He might be out playing on 6 meters right now. And hey, Randy, Radio Randy's in. Let me go up to 99. And Randy, you know this microphone. This is the real deal. It's an RCA 77DX. It's refurbed. I think the guy is in Arizona that does this. And they put in, I think it's called an active rather than a passive. They put in some type of transformer, so it requires. You're not supposed to put phantom power in the ribbon, but this ribbon requires some phantom power because it's got the transformer, and it doesn't. You don't need like 80 dB of preamp gain, so that's what it helps there. And it's got the stuff. It's got the RCA logo on it, and the forward back switch and the roll offs and all that stuff. So that's what we're doing tonight on the RC77. Thanks, Randy. Looking good. Hope to catch you guys on 75 or 40. But I bet the reason you're up here is because the bands suck, right? 40 meters is horrible today after about noon. So hopefully there's some conditions on 75 tonight. And Jimmy, Z, and J, happy 4th of July to OTR. Thanks for that. Where was I? We were calling 52. 53 I talked to earlier. Hello, 53.
53 checking in. Happy 4th of July, everybody. 73.
Thank you, Mr. Belair. The legend, still sounding good here. The old Tube Radio Network. Thanks.
Thank you.
And Charlie says, likes the control room. I have new desks. I have a whole bunch of new furniture. It's just a matter of setting it up. I think I'm going to need a month. I'm going to have to be off the air for a couple of weeks to undo all the wires and redo everything. So that's hopefully coming up. Maybe. We'll find out. SWL 54, we got a proxy check in for Larry up the hill to SWL 55.
Oh, good God. I'm late again.
This is the late again frequency, sir. You've come to the right network. SWL 47.
Thank you, sir. I honestly don't know what happened. I'm always exhausted on Saturday nights. I swear I only had a little bit of Kraft macaroni and cheese and like one sausage, and I think I'm almost in a food comatose. Really.
It must have been a lot of. You put the sausage and the macaroni and cheese. Well, sausage. Everybody knows the ESSB mantra for checking your microphone. Orange furniture, sizzling sausage, boom, boom, boom. So hopefully your sausages were sizzling.
Yeah, they were. And I'm just right now getting the camp chairs out of the shed and getting them set up in the front yard for the festivities, the legal, the safe and sane festivities. Thank you. I'd like to play by the rules. Anyways. Good evening from the Radio Lounge to all, and happy 250th Independence Day from the Radio Lounge, SWO 47.
250, looking good. I'm remiss for not having the control room decorated up tonight. And you notice too, this year in Fresno, the really big booms, and there's going to be some, and there has been already, but in years past, it would start about 2 weeks. before the 4th. And tonight, it seems, I've got the downward expander turned off. I got the window open. You kind of hear what's going on here. But it hasn't been really wacky tonight. So we'll see what happens as the sun goes down even farther. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, sir.
Directed net roll call. We're on page 3. The real radios will be coming by. If you've got one, keep it warmed up between the fountains and the sparklers or whatever you might be doing, and we will get it checked in. I loved JT's Buddy bass tonight. Boy, that looks good. That's a cool looking radio on the when you see it live. Let's go to SWL 55. 56, just for kicks, got a proxy check-in. We'll get 56 checked in. How about SWL 57? Wait, something's going on outside. Mr. Brown Dog Audio. No, don't see anything. SWL 58, I'll get Jeremy checked in. I should have checked in or checked out last night to see what he's up to, what new antenna project he's doing. SWL 59, it is your turn, Uncle Hairball. Probably over spinning the wheel, probably looking at that Buddy bass over at Old Radio 9. SWL 60, hello Joe, if you're in the radio room tonight.
Thank you much here, Dennis. We just walked in. Doggone it, we was running a little bit late there. Enjoying a lot of the fireworks out there and what was on TV. Spectacular on Channel 30 all day today. SWL 60 checking in there. Doggone it, Dennis. Let's get Jerry's bass checked in.
We'll do that. Not a problem. The DX 2527, Mr. 291. I wish we had some retaped replays when he used to check in. You could always know that voice. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you, Dennis, and happy 4th.
Indeed. Let's see. Who else is out there tonight? Mike. What? Oh, frequency. Asking what frequency. We are on 27085. So that's channel 11. And that's the channel we've been on for 40 years. It's usually found, if you have an old tube radio and it's got one crystal in it, it's usually channel 11, so that's why we parked ourselves here back in the day. And so if you're listening for some skip, which there isn't, we're in Central California, so point your omnidirectional antenna to whatever direction would get you here. Popcorn 913, hello to you. It's what is it? Hot dogs, hamburgers, popcorn, soda, ice cream. Your good old 4th of July stuff in the green room tonight. SWL 61 got checked in earlier. SWL 62. And we've got the microphone wide open tonight so we can hear what's going on outside and know if we have to run away and leave the building at any time. SWL 63. SWL 64. Craig checked in early, said get the X and the scar, which I will do. He's in Wisconsin. How about Mr. Marshmallow, SWL 65. SWL 66. SWL 67. I'm looking for Bill in Canby on the other list here. I see Illinois, California, British Columbia, the Squamish Boys, Minnesota, California, New York, Alberta, hello to you, Georgia, Virginia, and a host of others joining us. oldtuberadio.net. You can click some links there and see on that page and hear the audio or hear the video or however you want to do it. So S67, I'm getting Bill checked in. He's probably out there listening or will be. SWL 68. SWL 69. Kenny was in. I think I missed him when he stopped by, but Kenny, if you're listening or watching the replay, I saw you. We got the square SW. We got 69 checked in, the X and the square, I think is what I'm trying to say, and might even hear one of your radios coming by tonight. So stay tuned for that. Let's go to SWL 70. Yeah, Richard wants some of the hot dogs. If somebody has macaroni and cheese and and sausages. So whatever it is, whatever you like on the 4th of July. And Richard, we're on your row, so don't go away. We're starting with the 70s here. SWL 71. That's staying out in Dallas, Georgia. SWL 72. Shortwave listener 73. That's John. They had some at the SBE meeting. They had some pictures of John from like 30 years ago at the Fresno Amateur Radio Club. A dapper young man was he. John, I got you checked in. SWL 74, we've got a check-in for Miss Jilly. Let's go to SWL 75. Shortwave listener 76. Out of Johnson, Rhode Island. Did I mention you don't have to be on any list? If you're watching the video, just stop by and say hello. Radio, we don't need to have a tube radio. Just join us. This is sort of a get on the air. This is for people to think, well, what about CB? What is it like these days? It's still like it was. And those of us who, like me, who've been around for a while, sort of remember when these tube sets were new and how it sounded. I mean, you turn it on today and you think, there's nobody or there's everybody. Depending on what channel you're on this. So this is sort of a throwback, and you listen in to the banter. This like how it used to be. This was the social media. You didn't have a phone. As soon as Red Skelton was over, you jumped into the other side of the living room and turned on the E.F. Johnson or the Lafayette and did a little talking for the rest of the afternoon. That's what we do here. Let's go to SWL 77.
Hey, Dennis, and all the listeners. Hope everybody has a safe and happy 4th of July, and glad we could make it in here to check in. 77-010-17, checking in.
Sounding good. I love the audio on that radio night. It's perfectly sounds like you. It's not overdone. It's perfectly fidelity. It is, I want to say your standard radio, but standard is not the right word. It's just the way it should be. I'm a broadcast guy, and that is the kind of audio I'm used to hearing. It's not over amplified. It's just there. So doing a good job. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you, sir. And that good old EVRE 320.
I gotta like that. Let's see. Somebody said, 67. That's what I was looking for. Hey, Bill, I see you. We're on the other row, but I'll just jump up there if I can get the right item, and I'm on the page, X in the square. Actually, I marked you in because I thought I saw you earlier, but you probably, you were holding the sparkler for your 250 celebration. You looked at your watch and said, uh-oh, and you ran aside with the sparkler. No, you didn't do that. But anyway, there you are. So Bill is checked in from Canby, 77 1017, looking, sounding good. Let's go to SWL 78 in warm, wild Wildemar. The clouds came in here in Fresno. We got overcast and a little bit of humid temperatures. So typically, I grew up in Southern California area, so typically 4th of July is like the best time ever at the beach. But today it looked like it was cloudy and a little cold. But if you want good weather, 4th of July is the time to be at the Southern California beaches. So I see you, Richard. We got you checked in over. I was checking to see if the red light came on. Don't like that red light. No, it's good. Let's go to SWL 79, who I have checked in.
79, check it in.
Hey, live and direct, I like that. I'm going to put 2 X's in your square. Over.
Copy.
Thanks for joining us. Over to SWL 80. Also from Battle Creek, DRDJP, it says, I have a Robin T240D. That is the Panasonic chassis with the 40 channel after 1976, fired up, but there is nobody in the area to talk to. Isn't that sort of the way it goes? Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? So maybe we'll get one tonight. We'll probably have a couple Robins. Might not be the 240D. But yeah, you and me, hopefully that we can get back or start something. And we got some people say, yeah, we just started like you guys did with OTR, just a get together on some night where we know at this time on this frequency we can bring the radios by. It doesn't even have to be vintage. Just get back on the air. So not bad. SWL 81 at top of page 4. Scott in Paradise, I hope, and I'm sure you guys probably have super control on the fireworks there, on what goes up in the air or what doesn't go up in the air. I'm not sure what they do, but Scott, we got you checked in. I was hoping we'd have that short E-skip tonight, maybe be checking in from NorCal, but maybe not. Hope to hear you on 40 meters again, if the band will open up at some point. And Richard said, yes, they did get a little rain today. So they're talking maybe thunderstorms here for Fresno tomorrow, which is when it heats up in the afternoon. That could happen. SWL, let's go out to the ditch banks, SWL 82.
Hey, good evening. SWL 82 checking in from the ditch banks of Iowa.
Are they behaving out there tonight? Over?
Oh, I can hear stuff going off, so we know they're the unsafe and the insane fireworks. So, yeah, they'll be lighting up the skies here.
Okay, well, it's been not bad here. I haven't had the big booms, but I know they're coming up. They're waiting. I think the Chopper 1 is out flying around, and there's 81. I'm checking in 82, but Paradise cashing in because I'm all out of checks. We take everything: cash, check, money order, IOU, you owe me. SWL 82, the voice that you will hear once again. Don't go away, Ron. I'm trying to get your number to check in there. Runs the host of the Ditch Banks Sideband Net on Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 27,365, which is 36 lower. And it sounded good last night. There wasn't a lot of skip, but a lot of people checking in.
Yeah, pretty good night. Just like tonight will be, nice and quiet, no mini grass. So should be a quiet check-in. Hopefully everybody will be out there to play with their old tube radios.
Indeed. So give a listen. Even if you're out of the area, skip. You might have some local skip on 36 lower. And boy, it's getting hot and heavy out here now. So thanks for that. That's the voice of the Ditch Banks Sideband Net. Thanks for checking in. El Toro. I see you. A late check-in for El Toro 66. We got you. Lighten up the sparklers. SWL 82 is in. SWL 83 is also in. JZ out in Sylvania. It's kind of running back and forth and making sure that what goes up must come down in the right spot. And that's what I worry about. I'm not sure what's coming up, but when it comes down, we'll find out. But it's starting to get noisy here as we approach the 9 o'clock hour here on the West Coast. We've got the dynamic duo plus 2, SWL 84, 86, 87, and 88 out on the ranch. Wonder what they're doing tonight. Cheerios Kid, Mountain Maid, Tandy Girl, and Snowy Owl got you guys checked in. I pulled out the plaque. They gave me this great. They gave OTR a great plaque for 30 years on the air. Now we're at 40 years. I'll have that. I'll have to show that off here. It's got my fave radio on it, the one I started OTR with, which is the Regency Imperial. Continuing on, going up to SWL 91. Felix checked in moments ago. It's almost Sunday over there. Do they have a ball drop thing? I don't know. What do they do for the 4th of July in New York? The firecracker? Whatever they do. It's probably already done it. SWL 92. Out in Clovistown, SWL 93. SWL 95, Mr. Warthog 95. Richard, you've got 2 helicopters. We have 1. And several law enforcement drones. I don't know if they do drones here. I'll have to see. I missed the news. Maybe that's what's going on, because there's people are actually behaving tonight. Let's go to SWL 96. We'll be coming up to the Echo link in just a bit. So if you're on the Echo link, we're coming to you guys. And Brett, Lima Charlie from Northwest Oklahoma. Thanks for joining us here on the Old Tube Radio Network. Do you guys have skip out there, or is that ground wave going on? It's been super quiet here, so I don't know what's happening with the bands. Let's go to SWL 97. Boston 97. What's Jim doing tonight? What do they do in Boston? I bet they put a big celebration up in Boston. They probably light the fireworks and push some more tea into the harbor. Let's go to SWL 98. Oh, and I had 98 queued up. And it went away. Well, that's not good. I'm trying to see if I can get 98 back in there. You know, I really hate Facebook when you have to try and coordinate something. There are so many ads. I mean, whatever used to be on there is not on there anymore. I'm laughing. I see the Dishbanks sideband that. All right. Here we go. There'll be a little music, but I think 98 will be checking in here. We can get the right audio. Stand by.
Come join the fun tonight on Channel 11. You don't need a tube rig to check in.
No, you don't.
Good evening, Dennis and the group. This is SWL 98 checking in. 7-3s, everyone.
73. I put on the video, but I'd get in trouble. Let me get back to the page here. 99. That's Randy checked in moments ago. And because I can, we'll try not to blow up anything. We are going to do the Echo link. See if we can get Tony fired up. KD4BAO, KB6GFD, it's your turn, sir. Take a transmission over. Tony's in McClellanville, South Carolina, running tubes on the air. Our activation.
Hey, good evening, Dennis. Good to hear you. Please check in FWL 100. And back to net control, KD4BAO.
Tony, sounding good as always. Thanks for the upcoming activation for Tubes on the Air, and thanks for checking in. We'll look for you next week. 73 KB6GFD. The Echo link. Also, Al is there. Let me see what's going on with Albert. KI6CBA, hello, Al. What's going on up your way? Are they setting off fireworks? KB6GFD listening over. See if Al is in the radio room.
KI6CBA is calling Dennis and the OTR network shortwave listeners. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We're going to have fireworks at the GSR Hotel there in South Reno. And then we also had a parade today for the first time in like 20 years. I've never known there to be a parade in Reno, but now they have one, so it's all good. Okay, over to you.
All right, well, hopefully the parade was going down the right street at the right time, and you were able to wave and watch the horses and the little old ladies and whoever was doing the parade, so sounds good. Thanks for joining us, as always, on the Old Tube Radio Network, and continue on. 73 from KB6GFD. The Echo link, thank you so much.
KI6CBA saying happy 4th of July, and good listening, and looking forward to the radio tonight. 73.
All right, thanks, Al, up in their Sparks, Reno area. SWL 102. Did 102 check in already? And there he is right there. Mother Nature is bringing her own fireworks display. Time to unhook the coax. Apparently, that's possibly going to happen to us tomorrow evening. So I'm glad that waited a day, or I may would be having to do the same thing. So join us on the Universal Media Netweb. It's a little safer that way. I got you checked in, John. Thank you from Arkansas there. Let's go to SWL 103. Joey's also in South Carolina. I say also. We've got a couple of South Carolina stations listening in. Beagleman, hello to you. Radios are coming up in a couple of minutes, so don't go away. SWL 109.
Check your SWR, Dennis. You're real low on the signal. It just dropped way out. No signal.
Yeah, this is the no signal frequency. I got the red light. Yeah, that's better. All right. I've got to get myself... I've got a red light, but it's behind me. So I have to have those red light warners like you. This ought to be better, over.
Oh, yeah, there it goes. There it goes. I thought, something shut down. Something losing power.
Yeah, it does that, so I'm not sure. It gets a little trip. You know about those trip things. I've got one of those trip things. And I hear you 13 on the crossband sounding good. KB6GFD will get you checked in. There's 13 from the crossband. And yeah, it's getting noisy outside. A little bit of firework activity. 109 I called. We're going to get 109 checked in. 33 checked in last night, sounding good on the Ditchbanks sideband net. So we'll get James and James, right? Checked in tonight. Let's go to SWL 110. Shortwave listener 111, Robert stopped by and said the band was actually nice, so I probably missed him when he came by. Because I bet I could have heard him tonight. SWL 113. Shortwave listener 114.
114, checking in.
Hello, Wayne. Sounding good as always. Hope it's safe and sane out that way. Thanks for checking in.
Thank you for the check-in, Dennis.
Thanks for stopping by. Operator Golden Gate. Hello to you. We don't get a lot of stations from the Bay Area. I bet if I had the Kiwi SDR that's in is it Half Moon? I don't know where it is. It's oops. Wait a minute. All right, I keep resetting here. Let me do something. Let's do that. All right, I have to had to make an adjustment. But anyway, it is Operator Golden Gates having a great 4th of July, and saying hello from San Francisco. They're having the radios at the 18th, the CHRS, the Historic Radio Society, going. I want to go to that out your way. It's on a Saturday though. It makes it tough. But maybe I get back in the air chair coming up 2 weeks from now, I think. So Wayne is checked in. Let's go to SWL 28 to see if John is listening from Fairfax, Virginia. Got my Vox Ducker on. Do I have too much high frequency? I don't know. I don't know what's putting the red light on here. Okay, we got one more Echo Link, which I'll pick up here in a little bit. I see in Garrett, Indiana. So we'll catch you guys. I'm just trying to keep it all together here. 128. Don't see John. 44. Okay, was out in the fire watch. You know, you were sounding good. There's Ray. Let me go back up to 44. On sideband, you were like S5 last night. Way above the noise. So I don't know what it is about AM versus sideband and going around the corner. So hopefully they're doing the kind of fireworks that won't set the place up in a blaze. We already had a fire once. Was it last year up there, up on the hill, burned down Channel 18. So hopefully don't have any more. where are we going? 128, SWL 131. Got the noise gate off tonight, so you can kind of hear what's going on outside. SWL 133. SWL 135.
Hello, SWL 135. Checking in. Happy 4th of July, everybody. The neighborhood is exploding.
And likewise over here in Midtown, it's doing its thing. But so far, I don't smell anything that would make me want to run out of the building. So we're doing good. Thanks for checking in, and perhaps, and just likely, we'll be hearing you shortly when we start glowing in the dark.
Roger, roger.
Oh, that was a checkout on the Echo link. So if you come back, we'll get you. Let's go to up to Tony, SWL 145. I'll get Tony checked in. He left some questions, I think. I will go and see if we've got some questions before we jump into the tube radios. Neil checked in 147 from a very warm and humid Kakalaki. SWL 188.
Break OTR.
And we caught Bobby last week on the mobile. But I do hear a break OTR up the hill. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know if I'm making it down there, Dennis. Late check for 55.
Yeah, not a problem. We're still doing... Oops, hold on.
I got horrible static up here.
All right, I bet you can hear me better now, but you're sounding okay, and 55 is in. We're still doing a roll call.
Thank you.
Okay, I may have to redo my SWR. I keep tripping stuff here. You can hear the noise going on in the background. 55 is in. Let me call 188, Bobby. I didn't have this going on last week. Maybe that's why. And SWL 195 up in Coarsegold. Let me get Jim checked in. Out in Madeira, I bet at some point if you were standing on the roof with the walkie-talkie, Robert would be able to hear me when my red light isn't on. 223 out in Madeira, we're getting the X in the square. And thanks for the... In fact, where is it? I can bring that up right now. Hold on. Where's the shot here? I think I need to do... Which one? Is it this one? Yeah. Celebrating 250 years. There's the flag at the top of the very tall tower, where it should be. And nice shot. I wish I had something like that. Anyway, Robert, thanks for checking in. Thanks for listening. Where are we going? SWL 226. Want to get Shockwave checked in, and anybody else who needs to check in here on the old Tube Radio Network. Over. While I'm at it, I haven't blown anything up. Let me go and see if we have the question items from Tony. Boy, all of a sudden the internet is not working. Or it's trying to work. It thinks it's working. Hold on a second. See, I thought I had some questions, and here they are. I haven't even seen them. Read them cold. True or false? True or false? We don't do true or false. True or false? True or false? It is okay to operate FM between 144 and 144 100. I don't know. That's kind of not a CB question. It's okay to operate FM between 144 and 144.10. Well, that's a 2-meter band, but I think if I remember correctly, that's some type of digital mode. I think that's specifically for digital, so I'm going to say no on that. Beagleman says false. I kind of think that's true. Any of the 2-meter guys would probably know that. And the answer is FM signals. False. FM signals are wide. Okay. There it goes. Wide, typically 10 to 15 kilohertz, which would completely wipe out or drown out the whisper narrowband signals on CW. So it's a bandwidth thing. It's like operating the edge of the band. If you're 3 kc wide on sideband and you go to the edge of a band, you got to go that way, and if you're upper sideband, you got to go that way. So okay, I get it. And William, yeah, it's restricted. So let's go to number 2. What is meant by the term slope detection? It has something to do with my chair. Slope detection. When I'm getting out of the frame, my slope detector goes off. What is meant by the term slope detection? Tuning an unmodified AM receive to detect FM signals. Okay. I like these questions tonight. I'm totally baffled. So grab your slope detectors, go grab something to eat, and be right back. I'm going to just get ready for the tube radios here. Set up for that. You can hear it's getting crazy outside. We'll be back in a moment. Go set up a sparkler. The old Tube Radio Network will be glowing in the dark in moments. Stand by. Well, if you're around and not setting off fireworks, you are indeed listening to the Old Tube Radio Network.
You may not find us on your TV, because in case you did not know, we're being brought to you on
OTR.
Brought to you on
27.085 megahertz.
Brought to you by RADI.
The Old Tube Radio Network.
That's us. You and me and everybody else, the Old Tube Radio Network. Real radio's glowing in the dark or in the light of the glow of the fireworks going on somewhere around behind me. I hope you're having a great 4th of July, wherever you might be. It is that time when we do our own little fireworks by lighting up the tubes and hopefully keeping the sparks elsewhere. We're standing by, listening for any and all check-ins.
135, 135.
All right, one heard. Well, I'm starting to smell that. I'm getting that 4th of July sulfur wafting coming into the room here. So, hey, Cliff, you're sounding good. I bet you were on one of them old tube radios that we often talk about here. Over.
Oh, hey, my problem is coming back. Rats. I'm going to switch microphones.
Okay, you were sounding good, but I guess you know what the issue might be. So I'll let you switch microphoniums, and we'll be back. Who did I miss? Oh, echoing was 5. Wait, is it GFO or GFD? I like the GFD, but yeah, it's there. But next time we keep it up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's Tim K and the Adventures. All right, is the microphonium plugged in? Over.
Well, let's find out. So far, so good. And yes, indeed, I am on an old tube radio, which hopefully will not be acting like all the neighbors' fireworks, and it will behave, I hope. Okay, let's see. From beautiful downtown Burbank, California, this is the General Radio Telephone MC5. That's Mike Charlie number 5. Let's see. There are 6 transmit channels, 7 transmit channels if you use the external crystal. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions for the receive. 4 crystal positions for the receiver and a VFO. I'm listening with the VFO now because I can, zero in on everybody, which makes everybody sound better. Okay, the microphone, which is kind of giving me some trouble, uses a PL68, and there it goes. Okay, let's see. This is the General 28. That's 28, also known as the waffle mic, made out of chrome steel. And I may be switching out to the other one.
All right, so it sounds good. I don't hear anything that would say you got buzzing or clicking out, unless it's unkeying the radio. It doesn't sound like it. MC5. I thought I had a better picture. We had the brochure up just moments ago while you were talking. Let me bring the brochure back. It wasn't as good as I had hoped. But 1962, 1963, General Radio Telephone, as you said, in beautiful downtown Burbank. This is their flagship radio. It's selling for below $200. Right for a free schematic and complete technical manual, which they will give you. And here it is. The world's most advanced 11-meter two-way radio, 3.25 watts minimum output. Remember, this is 5-watt DC input, so you think, why isn't it 5 watts? Well, you got to have some give and take there. High-level modulation transformer for unparalleled talk power, new Zener diode, shunt noise clamp, and series gate limiter circuit for highest noise limiting, and it goes on. And the net price was $199.95. You could probably find it for less than that. Optional accessories available, 6-volt or 12-volt cord. So it was a separate cord. I didn't know that's what they did. But the early 60s radios, they had a lot of 6-volt automobiles still around. The crystals were $2.95 each, so $3 each. And so you had the VFO, so you only needed to buy one crystal. That saved you $3 right there. A 90-day warranty out of Burbank. Let's see if it's still working. Back to you. Over.
Okay, and speaking of pictures, there should be a couple of pictures of this one in the, where you send the pictures there on the website. It's one of the earlier pictures that I sent. So maybe it's back in the bottom of the page or something. But there is a picture of this very radio there. let's see. Oh, I forgot to mention the tubes. Yeah, there are 7 tubes. That's it, just 7 tubes. And I'm still on the the General 28 waffle mic. I have the General 27, which is the teardrop-shaped. I think it's probably made by Echophone or somebody. The General 27 plastic handheld mic. Can I switch to that one?
Yes. Before you do, all right. I found the picture. Let me get the picture. Oh, that is the. You know what? That's the meter. I think your pictures are huge. Okay, there it is. Okay, now we're cooking. This is great. So, before you switch, I'm going to bring up the Orban meter, and I want it to go take a transmission. I want to see where your LKFS is. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I'd be interested in seeing it myself. Audio. I wonder how that all works. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sizzling sausages. Suffering succotash. Boom, 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 boom. For all that frequency range. Back to you.
Back to me in the studio. Okay, go ahead and make the microphonium switch. Here is the picture of the actual radio, I believe, that we are listening to that has the Dymo label KGH2293. Got the call. One of the CB magazines actually had, you could tell they were giving the early calls by states and areas. So KGH might show up as a West Coast, East Coast, I don't know. But there's the VFO, so you can dial in any frequency you want. And then the crystals go inside, and I think it might even have a external crystal socket. So back to you, over.
Okay, this is the General 27 microphone. I'm not looking at the broadcast right now, so I'm not sure which mic is in the picture. I think I got a second picture with the waffle mic in it, taken at nighttime. But the one with the General, the big SWR watt meter, that I think was taken with this mic. With the old LKFS meter, let's see how this does. Audio. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sizzling sausages. Boom, 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 boom. We'll see how that compares, eh?
Yeah, you got another, like a full dB, and I think it's because there's more high frequency going on. There's a little more articulation. I have found the other photo. It's displaying the waffle, and you are correct, sir. The waffle microphonium and the nighttime, the 4th of July, by the light of early dawn, et cetera, radio going on there with the meter and the dial and the microphone. And so we got the picture. Go ahead.
You got the picture. Okay. This is the only radio that both of these mics will work on, at least in their current configuration, because they both have the weird, at first glance it looks an awful lot like a tip ring sleeve stereo 1/4-inch plug, but it is not. It's what does it say here? PL68. And it it looks a lot like it, but it is much skinnier. You can't use a regular 1/4-inch to plug into this thing. Let's see, got the local distance switch, VFO. Oh, hey, there is one more thing this does, especially for 4th of July. Should I do that?
Yeah, in fact, there's a couple of listeners wanting to know. Oh, I hear the fire trucks are coming in. Wanting to know about the Q-Bird, the tone signal. Let me zoom in. There it is, right there. This is a great shot. Thank you for this shot. It's nice and clear. Right next to the KGH. It says tone signal. There's a switch below the S meter, and I bet you're going to talk about that, over.
Oh, yeah. That's the reason for bringing it out on 4th of July. Since I don't have a video link to you for fireworks, I do have the audio link here, and the spring-loaded tone signal switch does this.
Yes, we can hear. The microphone is open when you do that, and it's very loud. It's 100% modulation. You brought your LKFS up another 2 dB with your tone signal Q-Bird. That definitely is probably the best sounding celebratory item that I've heard all night. Over.
Sorry about that. It's a lot lower in pitch than I thought it was. I was listening on the other radio. Yeah, thanks for letting me do that. It's an awful lot of fun.
It also, and Harvey knows there's some type of a light bulb or some situation in there that there's the tone and then the frequency of the oscillation. Yours is quite fast. Some of them are a little bit slower on the waves of the oscillation, but that's a very hyperactive. Boy, you can hear the fireworks going on now. A hyperactive tone, but it's loud and it sounds good, and it's getting 3 thumbs up for those of us who have 3 thumbs.
As many of us do. Well, I don't have a D104 or anything, but can you hear any of the noise going on behind here?
Yeah, a little bit. You're on. I don't think you're on an amplified microphonium, and like you around here. Not only are we getting the fireworks, we're starting to get the sirens going as well. So hopefully they're not up by you. But it's doing a good job. A nice looking radio. It's got the rack handles. I don't know. The MC series had the rack handles. The VS series were their mobile style radios. I'm not sure what was up with the rack handles. It gave it a very utility look, like it should be in the radio shop somewhere rather than in the house. But nice radio, and probably the one they sold the most of, if you compare to all the radios that they had. 62, 63, then they started advancing them to MC6, the 7, the 8, but this is the last radio that had the tone signal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think the MC3 also had it. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's right. The earlier ones did, but the later ones didn't. I know it was gone for sure by the MC7. And so we just got to fly by the helicopter. They're checking it out because there are a lot of illegal fireworks going on around here. You know, you can see them coming up above the trees, you know, the skyrockets and stuff. So they're going to be looking for them. But, I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, yes, the rack handles do help an awful lot with taking this thing out of the case. The case does not open, you know, like on a lot of other radios. You got to slide it in and out of a solid, you know, perf metal case. And, oh yeah, you also mentioned earlier the AC/DC cords. Yeah, there's a great big, I think it's an 18-pin plug. And you would get the you know, one's wired differently and with the different wires coming out of it, depending on 12 volts, 6 volts, or 117 volts, or whatever it is, AC. So yeah, you no muss, no fuss. You just plug them right in there if you ordered the right one from your General Radio Telephone Company in beautiful downtown Burbank, California.
And they were, you know, each year they'd come out with a different radio, and they were always on the proverbial kitchen table, updating and changing things and adding tubes and switching stuff around. One of the SWLs saying, where did the comment go? It's Walker Customs. It says, rack handles give 10 dB of street credit, according to the kit. So there you go. See, just having those rack handles puts you in the top 5 already.
Well, there you go. Yeah, the trams, some of the trams had rack handles, and it's an interesting let's see, feature. Yes, and they come in different sizes too. Like, didn't they get really big and fat by the like the MC12 or something like that?
They started taking things away. I mean, they got rid of the VFO. And the bullhorn, the tone signal turned into the bullhorn on the 6. And then they started putting in a lot beefier final tubes that were kind of hard, the ECLL series. And again, I think they were trying to keep up with the Brownings and the Trams and the Buddies, but the General Radio telephones hold their own with what I believe is plate modulation. So not a problem. Foxman 362, hello to you, Richie. Be careful with that drone. It may get blown out of the sky with a rocket or something, but we are in the midst of our 4th of July celebration here on the West Coast. That's where we're at, the Old Tube Radio Network, talking to Cliff, who's on the General Radio Telephone an MC5 from 1963. They actually had a sideband version of that radio that's very rare, but we like yours. The tone call is working perfectly. Oh, I'll do the VFO check, see where your crystal is. But both microphones are working fine. This one's got a little bit more articulation and a little bit brighter. Over.
Roger. Okay. Let's say, according to my Freakinator, it's just about right on. Maybe just a teeny weeniest bit low. It's mine's flashing between 0849 and 0850. So you tell me. It should be pretty close.
You are correct, sir. When I go to 8.5 and I go to upper lower, there's not much difference. So you're very, very close. So is that a new crystal you put in there?
Oh no, it's the crystal that came with it. I actually haven't got any additional crystals for it. It came with a bunch of them. Let's see, what do I got here? I got 6, 17, 7, 10, 11, and 22. I have no idea why they chose those, but those are the ones they put in here. And of course, it has the glow-in-the-dark general, receive tuning dial, which is kind of cool. Once you turn off the lights, at least for a few minutes, you get the green glowy. The radium. I think it's a radium dial.
Could be. A lot of automobiles have that in their speedometer. I've gone to the nighttime picture. Let me see if I can. Where did it go? It was there. Okay, here we go. There's the waffle mic, and the meter light is working. The glow light. You turn your knob. I'm assuming that's geared down, so when you turn it, you've got to keep turning, and the dial will go slowly.
What do they call it? The Verner reduction drive, isn't it?
Yeah, the reduction drive. So how close to 11 are you at? To channel 11, how close is your pointer to showing the 11?
Well, if I get the right screwdriver out, I can actually get it right on, but it is drifted a tad. It is almost exactly in between 11 and 12 right now, where I've got you zeroed in. I will assume that is the correct frequency. Everybody else sounded good on there too. It's got kind of a tight receive, but it's pretty close. The only way I can get it closer is if I get in there with the screwdriver after what is this? L9, I think it is. Could be wrong. No, that's the receive oscillator. Yeah, L9. You just go in there from the top with a very, very skinny screwdriver, and you can adjust. I can zero it right in on 11, but it does drift, over time, just a bit.
Still good. Still a favorite. One of their big selling radios, 7 tubes. There was a Helicraft had 7 tubes. We've got a couple of 7-tube radios that check in from Metrotech and Hustler. So I think that was the minimum amount. You might have been able to go down to 5, but 7 was sort of the minimum amount you could put in there and have things be absolutely 100% good. And get some plate modulation. General Radio Telephone, the MC5, MC I think stood for Master Control. This was their, in theory, base radio, although it had cords for 6 and 12 volts, but they did make a vibration VS series, which was a little more compact and didn't have the S meters, because, you were supposed to have a base in a mobile anyways. Looks good, sounds good, not an issue. And yeah, I'm hearing the fireworks on your side as well. Back to you for transmission, and then the Jingle Singers are going to do what they do best, and we'll look for another radio.
Okay, thanks once again. It's an awful lot of fun. And I will leave you with the sounds of the 4th of July 250th time I've operated the tone signal. Yeah, that must be it. See ya!
All right, yeah, it pulls that thing to full 100% modulation. You are listening to the Old Tube Radio Network.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Greetings to you, wherever you are. For music and the latest news from home and from afar, the station for you is
OTR, Old Tube Radio.
The station for you is
OTR.
Hopefully the station for you is OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network here in Central California on Channel 11. We've been, believe it or not, doing this on most Saturday evenings from starting at 8 p.m. Pacific time since 1986, in our 40th year of talking about those glow-in-the-dark radios, sort of like a car. You got a car club in town where you go to the park or the church parking lot or the hamburger stand and bring the fins and chrome. That's what we are doing. The radio version of that, of course, here on a Saturday evening. Looking for radio number 2. And also the Buddy Bass tonight. We're going to check that one in from JT. And I think that came from somewhere around these here parts in Fresno, but displayed well in the Wasama swamps tonight. The sun is down. A lot of people outside doing the fireworks, making sure that they go up and down the right way. Hearing some sirens, but I think that's for the trash can fire. So we'll be here till 10 o'clock. If you jump back in and you find your radio is still working, we'll be listening for it. Also very, very quiet frequency. Let me bring a couple of the DX maps. Here's the one that's showing up, and this just showed up here. The purple area is what we're looking for. It's going to scroll through everything. We're going through the band. You can see if you're on 75 meters, you're pretty much good all throughout. There's 60 meters, there's 40 meters, pretty much open across the U.S. But as we start getting a little bit higher in the maximum usable frequency, the next display is going to be 20 meters wide open. Here comes 17. The next is 15. You'll see the drop off as we get there. Not too bad. Impressed with that. Here comes 12. And then 10 is what we're at. And you can see what's happening. It's across. It's not as bad. The band is open up somewhere. I can see it's circling right around us. 6 meters is even open, as we saw earlier. Also got one more map here. Here's what's happening. That's a 6 meter thing. You can see the guys out that way. And the East Coast are having a good time on 6 meters and above tonight, and the West Coast is being kind of left out. So we'll listen. Well, if you can make it in, we'll be listening for you.
Yeah, we'll try me early.
Yeah, if you've sauntered over to the radio and there's nothing burning down over there, we can do that.
Well, right now, I don't do much soldering. Or soldering.
check in my Browning Golden Beagle R68T68 from Browning Lavatories with the custom D104 Browning Medallion Original on the back of the head of the D104. The Buddy Bass that you saw pictures of from JT came from the collection of number 56 Phil. That was one of 3 that he had. He still has one. Excuse me. Sean has the other. And the one you saw is JT's. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. So it's a nice one. And he tried it out today with me on the phone, and it receives great. Transmit, well, we'll find out. Excuse me. I hate coughing. Anyway, so this is my radio. This will be the only one for me tonight, since I'm unable to pull out other radios. A little bit of a back and groin problem, so nothing heavy for a little bit. Okay, take care. And, the MC3 and 4 had the tone alerts. I think I have a 3 in a box. It's missing the mixer crystal, which I have to figure out the frequency, and then I'll have that one going. But it does have a tone alert on it. So I think it's the 3 and the 4 and the 5. Oh, coughing. And I never smoked. Okay, take care, Dennis. You may have to proxy me in next week. I should be working, but I might be back in time.
All right, I hear the fireworks going on. I want to say hello to Greg. S9 Radio, always a treat to have Greg stop by WikiWack up in Big Bear Mountain. And Greg, if your internet's still up there and you're listening, yeah, it's been wacky. I was telling people today, before noon, I could go to 10, 11, 12, 15, and 20 meters, and 5 watts. I could hear myself up and down the West Coast and the SDRs. At noon, that changed. Everything went away. 40 meters dropped out. Been listening all night. Not a bit of mini grass, of Hawaii, Australia, New Zealand, nothing. It's been super quiet, and you can hear the static is low. Unlike, who is John saying? You guys got the thunderstorms and the lightning up there. So you just turned on the radio, and it's super loud again. So also, hello to 428 checking in from Campbell River, British Columbia. I wish we had some conditions tonight, and you could say hello. A tip of the hat to Harvey. Your radio is sounding good. Thanks for the info on the Buddy Bass, and he's got it on. Watch the replay over at Old Radio Night. You want to see a great sounding and looking radio that used to live here on the West Coast and now over on the East Coast. Anyway, Harvey, thanks for jumping in. Over.
Okay, I got a good trivia thing. You know the answer. Cliff knows the answer, so you two guys can't answer. There's the Brownings were like, quote, 100% American made, right? Well, okay, some tubes may have come from different countries, maybe. But forget the tubes. But what other, well, we'll call it major part, was actually not made in America? And let's see how many people out there can post the correct answer.
All right, Greg is listening. I wonder if he knows. So the question is, if you Browning Laboratories out of Laconia, right? Is that where they were? Laconia, New Hampshire. All tubes, pretty much everything in the radio manufactured in the USA, except, I guess if you really dig into it, there might be one piece, one part that was manufactured out of out of the great 48 states, or out of the 50 states, and we're looking for what that might be. So, can you give us a clue? Would one have to probably take the case off to find it, do you think?
Well, you might not. You might be able to see through some openings in the case. But I'll say one thing. Since there's a separate... Okay, and that would be a... let me see. How many older radios? It might be also in the R27, S23, the R2700A, 23S9, the S9, R2700, and it could be in those. But for sure, it's in the Golden Eagle and the Mark III and the Mark II. And possibly the Mark IV. But see if anybody's posted anything.
All right, and Hans brings up a good thing. He says he's got a radio, one of his newer radios on the back. It says assembled in the U.S. Assembled, quote, unquote. So the Brownings, of course, were assembled in the U.S., but we're talking about the actual parts in that assembly were also from the U.S., except Harvey is now claiming that there could be one part of that assembled in the U.S. radio with parts from the U.S. that didn't quite come from the U.S. Interesting.
Guess?
Here is a guess. Go ahead, sir.
Well, thank you, Dennis. And while we're at it, if you've got any leftover chickens, 56 will take one. My guess is the chassis.
All right, checking the chassis, 56 just for kicks, checking in. Furion, New Vistor. He's thinking is that maybe that New Vistor came in from Japan or Germany. Are we warm? Are we getting close, Harvey? Over.
No, New Vistors would be listed with the tubes, and usually the New Vistors were GE or RCA, I think, back then. But when the radios were first made, but no, it's not that. None of the tubes. I'm not talking about tubes, but other parts of the radios. And this is, I'll just say, a major part.
Major part. I used to know major part. William C. Chiming in with the possibility of a crystal filter.
Well, I'd have to look, but that's not the one I'm thinking about. And this one should be obvious to those who know.
I just wonder if Greg's internet connection is good enough, if he's pulled enough of them apart that he might say, yeah, I noticed when I was working on these that there's that one part that if you need it, guess where you got to have the self-adjust stamp envelopes in.
Well, when I was able to get parts from this gentleman back in Massachusetts, he sent me, I think, 4 or 5 of them, and they were still in their original packaging, we'll say. And when I took them out of the packaging, it was obvious. I mean, they were like brand new, old stock. So it was easy to tell.
All right, here's a guess. Somebody guessing the transformer. My guess, if you had to send out for a transformer, that would be that's probably the last thing that you want coming from someplace you can't control. I know Yaesu, when I had my FT101, and I drove down to Southern California to Yaesu, and I got the DC to DC conversion kit so it would go mobile, and you had to wire the 2 transistors into the back. And the guy said, he said, absolutely do not cross the wires because it will blow the transformer, and you ain't going to get one. There are no transformers available. So I'm assuming they had a good deal on getting those transformers, and it wasn't from overseas.
I believe, and I'm kind of guessing at this, there was a guy at Browning that his job, or his group of his group, their job was making and winding transformers. So Browning did their own transformers. This guy went out on his own and made transformers, his own company. And the company's name is TECO, T-E-C-O. And a lot of the transformers, some of them, well, a lot of them, some, say TECO on them with a little tag. And sometimes I think it was stamped in colored ink on there. It says TECO. I've got a couple of those transformers. So they were made here. Okay, let's see if anybody else has come up with something.
The Old Tube Radio Network here on 27085. We're trying to see what part, that one telltale part in, and you didn't say which Browning. Would it be most of them? I wonder if there's a certain issue that we might find that private story thing saying 0 skip tonight to the home 20. Absolutely. I mean, you hear how quiet it is tonight. We haven't had one mini grass jump in. Somebody's mentioning the microphone, but I'm thinking let's call it the microphone that comes with it, the banana mic. I thought that was a clone of Electro Voice, a Static. I'm not sure, but is that possible that those were not constructed in the U.S. on the microphonium? Over, or would that be part of it? I mean, that's not inside the radio, but that's not the radio per se. But I mean, we could say that. Over.
No, not the microphone. Let me see. I got one down here. How about the fireworks? No, I think actually on the back of the microphone it says Electro Voice made in USA, but not that. So I'll unkey, see if there's something else.
All right, so John says duck. I know, it's like, hey, keep the windows closed, Harvey, if they're shooting stuff off. So say again what it is that we're talking about, we're looking for. The one part that may not have been made in the U.S., and would you guess how many of the Browning units would this work with? Over.
I'm not sure about the Mark IV. Could be. But the Mark III, the Mark II, the Golden Eagle, I believe the R27, S23, and all the other receivers down below, I think. But definitely the Mark III, the Mark II, and the Golden Eagle, for sure. But anyway, I'll give another hint if no one comes up with something when they unkey.
All right, and we're talking about the 1960s here. So if you look at the history of the U.S., I mean, it wasn't until, and that's what happened to these companies, all of these companies, when the imports started coming in from Japan and Korea. It really hurt the companies like Browning that were doing everything in the U.S. It just made the radios extremely expensive if they weren't going to start putting in parts from somewhere else. Okay, here's a couple of things. The bulbs, the incandescent bulbs inside. Here's one. The speaker, possibly the speaker, perhaps. We're listening. Over.
No, the bulbs, I believe, originally came from Chicago Bulb Company, Chicago Bulbs, and the speakers, shoot, I have box over here somewhere, Qualm speakers. And I believe those were USA, but I'm not absolutely sure. But anyway, the hint is it's in the receiver. And don't pull your receiver apart just to check. It's not worth it. Okay? But it's in the receiver.
Oh, I'll chime in. We're showing the picture. Let me move it here of the Browning Golden Eagle Mark III the R68 T60. This is before the Mark II. This is the radio you're chatting on, showing the transmitter on the right side, the receiver on the. I'm sorry, the transmitter on the left side, the receiver on the right side. I'm going to say it's that eagle. Maybe they had it pressed. That eagle on the speaker. Maybe they got some deal, from Cuba or something. They said, we will make your golden eagle for you, and stuck it on the speaker. Who else? SRF meter. Oh, the meters. That would be, I don't know. To me, that would be a thing you wouldn't want to farm out. But maybe they were special. I mean, nobody else had those Browning meters, even though they said Browning on them. And a plumber guy. Oh, he said, I stop. A little DX here. A plumber guy saying the audio sounds good. Yes, I am running the RCA 77 DX ribbon microphonium tonight, so we're trying to get in. We've got the suit from the 60s. We've got the radios from the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. We thought we'd get a microphone from the 50s and 60s as well. So what do you think, Harvey? The RF meter, the SRF meter, the speaker, over?
I don't believe so. I think one model meter was a Holt meter, and then there's another model, I can't remember that name, but you had to replace with the same exact one, I think. Well, no, I think you could get away with switching them, but I'm not sure. Not the meters, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the knobs. I'm not talking about the fuse holder on the back, or any of the controls, the actual controls on the radio, as far as the switch, the switches, or the volume, or the squelch, and stuff like that. Those type of electronic controls down below on the radio. I'm not talking about that. And by the way, that was another hint.
Oh, all right. And what we're looking for is Browning sourced everything. They had the factory. We have pictures of the 100 employees from Browning having a Christmas party. The great company to work for. I would have worked for a company like that. And I don't know if they did it on purpose, but sourcing all their parts from U.S. manufacturers except for one. And then you think, well, is that because they couldn't get it? Or is that because they thought this part is better than we can get and let's put it in there? So, we're with Final Jeopardy here. Somebody mentioned an air cap. Some type of what? Levant, some type of Capistrano? Is that, I'm reading that right? Cappuccino? I don't know. And someone asking, is Browning any relation to the gun company? I don't think they are. Or maybe, if you go back to 1920 or something, it spun off, but I don't think the Browning guns and the Browning radios are the same. Capacitor correction. All right, some type of capacitor. Thank you. A Capistrano. So much for speech to text, right? Oh, somebody. Here's somebody. The relay. Somebody's saying possibly the relay? Question mark. Over.
No, I don't believe the relay. I'm looking at one that I have pulled out. I get a light over here. Let's see. I can't see the name, but I don't believe it's the relay. I'm not talking about that. And when I say it's obvious, once you know, then you'll go, "Oh, look at that." Okay. We about ready then, Dennis?
You think so? We're in Final Jeopardy. And I said that was the eagle on the front. Did I lose with that one?
Well, that I wouldn't know. But I could have said internal part, but and that's external. I'm not sure about the Eagle. I assume they had it casted here, but not sure.
All right, here's one. I didn't think about this. Brother Ron, the rubber feet. Does it actually have rubber feet?
Yes, all the radios came with rubber-type feet and screws that held them in. I'm not talking about the rubber feet or the screws. We're talking about, like, parts inside, we'll say. Okay, how much longer, Dennis? About time?
Yeah, it's about time. Let's go to the jingle sings. This would be like the little Final Jeopardy song, you know, when everybody's writing their answers down. And then I'll do a call. Gosh, it's 10 o'clock already, so I'll do a call for any other radios before we go out of here. But here it is. Here's the song. If you got a thought about what that part might be in the receiver that wasn't sourced from any U.S. manufacturer, write it down now. We'll be back in just a second.
How do you do? Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you, wherever you are. Your favorite slot on the dial by far is known to you as
OTR, the Old Tube Radio Network.
the station for you is
OTR.
Station for you, OTR. Back to the control room where we're talking with Harvey, who came up with the question about the Browning. He's checking on the R68 T68, and he noticed, or has noticed, that there was one part, at least one part, but one part that he knows of that wasn't sourced in the U.S. of A. Speaking of 250 years, Browning did a good job of trying to keep everything I guess accessible and easy to find, but there was one thing, and I'm not sure what it was or why it was, but someone else. The crystals. Okay, here's one from Hans. I didn't think about that. Did we already have that? How about the crystals? Over.
I believe at that time the crystals were all made here. You had Crystec Company, you had International Crystal, you had a bunch of other companies making them, so I don't believe that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right, and there's crystals on the transmitter and receiver. All right, yeah, that wouldn't be a good thing to source the crystals when you have so many things. All right, drum roll, please. So restate your question. Before you give the answer, restate your question and then give the answer. Back to you.
Okay, a major part in the Browning, and I clarified it to be the receiver that Browning used that wasn't made here. And it's obvious that it wasn't made here. And what is it?
I like the way he says it's obvious, and I look in the mirror and say, am I a dummy? It's obvious. Okay, well, it's obvious, so state the obvious.
Okay. It's the tuning condenser in the, or capacitor, air capacitor, that tunes the channels. You look on the back of it, while it's mounted, you look on the back of it, look at the bottom on the back, and it says made in England. Now, if your radio's really dirty and you've been cleaning it, you may have wiped it off, but stamped on the lower back says made in England. And when I got parts from the guy in Massachusetts, he sent me 4 or 5 of those, and when I took them out of what I believe is original packing paper and all, you could see they were super shiny and stamped on the back, easy to see, obvious, made in England. Michigan, round 5, bro.
Wow, I think the band just opened up. We've got Skip coming in. So the tuning capacitor, that's going to be connected to the knob on the front?
Yeah, it's connected to the knob on the front. But it's inside the radio.
Inside the radio. And somebody said air cap. Would that be the air capacitor, correct? Somebody said capacitor, but that's... there's different types of capacitors here.
Hello, Joe. Roger. Well, yeah, if he said air cap, that would be considered maybe an cap. So that guy gets, well, we'll give it to him then. But there is another tunable capacitor down below. It's not an air cap, but it is tunable. And I'm trying to think if there's there's another tunable cap on the back. The tune and load, I think it's the load on the back. No, it's the tune on the back. That's an air cap. And then inside, now the early model transmitter had, no, I said receiver. The other one was on the transmitter. Yeah. Okay. So we'll give it to him. But I think in the book it's called tuning capacitor, tuning condenser, something like that. Anyway, right on the back, made in England. And when I said, did you have to take the case off? You might, but if you look through the holes in the back with a flashlight and get the right angle, and it's stamped still bright enough, you might see it. And anyway, so that was my little trivia question. Little? Took a while.
All right, yeah, it was Brother Ron. So Brother Ron moves into the lightning round tonight because he said air cap, and I think that's close enough. We'll buy that. You can hear this. There's a skip. So there's somebody coming in. I'll take a standby here. See if we can hear where the skip is coming from as we sign out tonight. Maybe the band has opened and we'll be able to play a little bit on the DX, made in England. So now we got to talk to Gar Green or somebody who knows. And why did they do that? Was that it fit? It's like the only one that would fit, or they thought it was better, or they tested 7 of them and this was the winner? Interesting.
Well, it's a reduction gear. It's got a little setup in there, so when you tune it, it's got the little reduction setup on there, and possibly they know Gardner or the factory noticed that type would work really well, so they just decided to get them from England.
All right, very good. There's a station from Michigan wafting through, but it sounds like it's blanketing the West Coast. So the Michigan station, the old Tube Radio Network, hears you.
Right there, right back. I'm going to put you down, man. I'm going to put you down, little boy. Hey, Uncle Little Boy, you'll be around the fish? Lord knows, I can't miss you then. Oh, Uncle Little Boy, that's one of my favorite dishes there. Come on.
It goes to show that people don't sleep. The Skipland never sleeps. The stations with the 5,000 watts, 50,000 watts, they're always on. They're always in the air chair, and they're just waiting for the skip to show up. That is dedication. All right, Harvey, thanks. Thanks for that. Brother Ron, I think we're handing you the tip of the hat tonight and on to the lightning round. Over.
Wait, I mean crazy. 321 is...
Let's see if I can get over him. Okay, I'll be standing by for a little bit.
Crazy.
And Harvey, did you also notice, or maybe you haven't, if there's the air cap in the cap in the transmitter could be likewise from England?
No, I think that's from some company called APC or something like that. It's the smaller one, and it doesn't list a country, but it lists a number, and I think some of them have some lettering on them, and so you can still get them.
Got it. All right, I just bring up the DX map since the skip is coming in here. I want to see what changed, and here's what changed. And get the map to come out. We're actually getting some numbers in California now. You can see the whole East Coast has been good all night, and we haven't had anything in California. All of a sudden, here we come up to 27, and there's some numbers showing up. So I'm going to go ahead and clear out of here. Let me first ask if there's any other tube radios that want to check in, then I'm going to clear frequency because we might have some conditions going on tonight. Who else wants to check in before we sign out here?
Hey, Uncle Young Boy, 1 2 the last boy standing, Joe.
There's the 28 meg, and it is opened up. You can see it's starting to show up in California. So the band is changing. Maybe with the storm is subsiding. Even Greg S9 mentioned that once we get our bands back, it's going to be a little bit crazy. So good luck if you're going to be doing some skip here after the fireworks.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go, Dennis. Kind of rest up. We'll see you. I should make it next week if I get back in time from work. We'll see you.
Him and his on that side. No doubt about it, man.
All right, I don't know where that guy's talking, but he's obviously not hearing us.
You're tuned to
OTR. Channel 11.
right here in
Fresno, California.
That'll
Old Tube Radio.
Last call for check-ins. Last call for check-ins. All right, let's get the fanfare.
Ladies and gentlemen, time now for the current OTR totals.
We'll get the fanfare here and watch the DX map. Still, if you go across the bands, 20 meters, 15 meters, things are open. We're going to come up to 12 and 14. 12 is coming into California, and 28, this will be this color. Look, it's starting to wrap around. So get your DX hat out and fire up your last sparklers and get on. And maybe the band's opening up. Maybe we're getting some late night stuff here tonight. Radios tonight. I counted 3. We checked in with JT at Old Radio Night, and he had a Central Valley knee Central Valley now in Kakalaki, Osama Swamps buddy bass, looking good, sounding good. So that's one radio, the R68 T68, and we actually heard tonight beaconing in from the area, the General Radio Telephone MC5 from 1963, and from 1967 to 68, the R68 T68 Browning Golden Eagle with that variable air capacitor, tuning capacitor somewhere made in England. All right, before the whole place blows up tonight, thanks for everybody stopping by. Have a very safe rest of your 4th of July. And we should be back here next week, I do believe. Going to be listening in to see why Michigan is beaconing into the Central Valley here and see where else is happening.
Nosy. Indiana. Oh, I put you in Indiana.
See, they're talking short skip, but they don't know they're getting like a second or third hop here into California.
Cheetah Mile down Jones in Boston, Massachusetts, trying to beat Nosy coming through my back door. Cancel.
Is that 102? Is he talking to 102? Who's that? Somebody's talking. All right, anyway, standing by. The Old Tube Radio Network, 73, everybody. Well, I'll leave the receiver open. We'll listen to what's going on here. See if this lasts more than 5 minutes.
Take your little boy, that motherfucking Jones, Mother Nature, that motherfucking Rose, they're talking about looking me real about. It ain't funny east. It's funny west in Chicago. That motherfucker, I don't know what he said that time. Hey, little boy. Hey, Uncle little boy, take care. I'm going to swing the higher side east on that side and see if my friend Basketball Cheetah Mara down Jones can hear me. Take it easy, take care, my friend. Around Illinois, Indiana, 1-2, boy, Michigan. Bye, see you, Joliet. Bye.
Got a lot of phase distortion going on, too. I think he's the only one on the East Coast that knows 11 meters is open. Yeah, you must be the only one on the East Coast that knows 11 is open.
1210 in California, no break. I don't know, it's rough and tough, California. from you. Them boys coming through my back door talking to T-Bone in Mississippi, Boston, Massachusetts in my back door. You said 470? Who's that in California? Who's that in California there? Break.
Here's the Old Tube Radio Network in California, over. That's the problem. You get walked on by 48 other states getting there.
470, you said I got it right in Cali. What part of Cali are you in? I just moved in 642 up in northern Cali on that side. And Lord knows you all up in here, downtown Bad Boy, Michigan. 470, how was your 4th of July? Come on! Man in the Great Lakes, just back down.
I'd like to know how much power he's running. What do we need to get in Skipland tonight? 5 watts or 50,000?
Right there, 470. That's good to hear, man. That's good, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. My family is everything, man. Hey, 470. I love to hear a family be together like yours on that side. My day was fine. Thank you for asking. And 470, thank you for asking, my brother. My day was beautiful and wonderful, and Lord knows, man, I actually went to work today. I actually went to work, man, for 4 hours on that side. And then me and the play, we got together and did some barbecuing, man, and some grilling. I had 2 charcoal grills going and a gas grill going on that side. I used chicken
This
on
is the way the
gas grill.
Channel 11
You don't
sounds
put
during
nothing
the day
greasy
in
on the
Central
gas
California.
grill. But so I had a marvelous day. Hello, 470, you got a copy. Thank you for asking. I am the last standing bad boy in Bad Boy, Michigan. Come on!
It is past midnight in Michigan. This is very unusual, Skip. That's the DX map for 10 meters, for 10 meter level.
Right there, about 470. I appreciate you, man. You touched my heart, man, because it's a nice game. You touched my heart, 470, when you said, I signed a contract and I got to do what I got to do. Because I am a contractor on that side. Hey, 470. The good Lord put that on your heart and your mind, and Lord knows, and you revealed it, man. And Lord knows, you was on point on that side. I mean, you never talked to me on the 21. You never met me. I never met you. But man, that wasn't nothing. It wasn't anything but the most high for you to connect with the last standing bad boy like that.
Let me check the
But that's what
numbers.
I
Let's see
am.
what
I'm a
changed.
contractor, man, and I signed the contract, and I sent the invoice in, and Lord knows, the description that I have on the invoice, I gotta make sure I
The A is at 74. That's incredible. The K is 3. The K is coming down. I think that's what is happening. The K the index is coming down.
So, 4th of July, shoot, man.
And we are in unsettled conditions. So as the storm goes away, as Greg said, in its wake, it's leaving some crazy conditions.
And I shall receive my money on Tuesday. Come on.
So look at those numbers. 6 meters is also up in here in the right spot. Yeah, I'd have to bring an SDR. I could bring up the SDR and take a look at the band width on that. And just like 6 meters, he'll be in, and in 2 minutes he'll be gone. Somebody else will be there. But you can hear the noise coming in. It was absolutely quiet. All right. Everybody have fun with some DX here tonight. Because the band is open, and it's short and long, so catch it on the first, the second, and the third hop. I don't know.
And this thing cool down on this side, 470. It's a pleasure, man. The pleasure is our minds, man. We made a spiritual connection. Hey, 470. If I still got Mother Nature, man, that's when Mother Nature is with you, who can be against you? Hey, 470, we made a spiritual connection. And Lord knows I stand by on the Super Bowl on 20-something.025. If you ever down, man, if you hear me, man, give me a shout, man. And I hope the good Lord make it possible for me to meet you, man. Ain't no doubt about that. Your family, my family. Hey, but meanwhile, you take care, God bless you, and may Yahweh continue to bless you. Hey, 470. What you? Downtown Bud, Michigan. I'm going back to my stand. Bye.
All right, well, there you go. There's the bandwidth on that out of the San Francisco SDR. That's what's going on the West Coast here.
You're in that valley, you're walking it, and you're singing a song, you're singing a spiritual song on that side. Man, I love it when a plan comes together. Until the next time, quote unquote, I will afford to speaking upon you again. Take care of 470 Central California. Went to it, man. Boy, Michigan, and between this 6 on 32 out east. Out in the conditions around Boston, pleasure. Bye. 470.
So what I need to bring up an SDR that's in Michigan and listen to what's happening out there. All right, everybody, see you later. Sounds like the band's open, so get on and have some fun. All right, as they say, a good night from the Old Tube Radio Network.